My name is Aja Super Perera, and I'm from the one and only planet Triceracorn. I got into wrestling in 2013. I was out of high school for not even a full year. My sister, who is a bigger wrestling fan than me, she's always wanted to be a professional wrestler. So she dragged me to an indie show in Covington. So we were watching the show. And afterwards, the trainer, Fred Avery, at the time, he came up to us because I think she had spoken with him earlier, something like that, something like that. And it ended up being an interrogation where they ended up talking me into training as well. So, I had my first training session, and here I am today. Tragedy Ann is my sister. Ugh. That is public knowledge, unfortunately. People love to find out because it's night and day. So they're like, oh my God, how are you related to tragedy? It's like, same parents, different mindsets. I don't know. My biggest in-ring influences would have to be obviously the Hurricane. I'm also a huge fan of Shawn Michaels. I grew up on Shawn Michaels' DX. I was one of those kids telling people to suck it. I love Rob Van Dam. Trying to get that move set underway. It's just taking some time. Up until recently, I see Lita in a different light because when I was a kid, she was heel. I used to hate her. I didn't want anything to do with her. But now where I am today, she was doing some stuff that women at the time were not known to do. So now I have so much respect for her, and I even go back and look at her old matches to learn something from. I'm 22. I don't have any kids. I have a puppy. He's my son. But, that's not hard to take care of. But I really want to say that I gave everything to wrestling. So recently, my job had a switchover, and I was going to try to fight with it and make it work to my schedule. But I thought about it. Sometimes the Triceracorn gods bless you with certain things. So I was like, instead of fighting this, I'll just let my job go and take wrestling full time. So currently, I've been, training more. I take weekday shows now. I take weekend shows now. I travel everywhere. It's not the easiest, but I'm one of those people where, I feel like your efforts will show at some point. Like there's gonna be struggles, there's gonna be hardships, but at the end of the day, I know what I'm in this business to do, and I know why I'm meant to be here, not only for the wrestling, but also for the motivation. So it's just one of those things where I'm going to give it my all, and hopefully it'll work out. Well, I've always been Aja Perera, but I had almost a Mick Foley identity crisis for a little while there. When I first started, I was Aja Perera from Candy, Sri Lanka, because I was like, my trainer was like, you got to do something exotic, you look different, you should do something. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm Aja Perera from Candy, Sri Lanka. And I was like, I don't really like that. So it's like, okay, I'll be Aja Perera from Aracaju, Brazil. Okay, so that stuck for a little while. And then I actually started doing shows. And at first, I had a raver type gimmick that was given to me in part by one of my trainers, so thank you for that one. But I had my little Hot Topic shirt, and I had my little, I had my tutu and the rainbow socks and the Converse. I don't know what that was. But I really think that everyone goes through that weird transition where you're kind of just a lone wolf trying to figure out who you are and where you want to be. So I want to say that lasted for maybe a year. A year. And then I got my other gear, which I don't know what that was either. It was like the polka dots. I think I have a match of that with Amber O'Neil, so that was like the little polka dots with the little white kick pads, where I was trying to transition into an actual wrestler. It still took time. And then after that, I want to say Super Perera was born after that, because I remember I went to bed one night, and I actually had a dream that I was fighting crime with Spider-Man. This is so embarrassing. But yeah, I had a dream I was fighting crime with Spider-Man, so, I'm not going to get into detail about that dream, but I woke up and I was like, holy crap, why have I not been a superhero? Like, I love comics, I love Spider-Man, so Super Perera was born, and I think the first outfit was the one piece, the black one piece with like the green shirt, which I didn't like that much, and I was like, you know what, why don't I incorporate Legend of Zelda? So my whole character, is around the Triforce, and spreading positivity and happiness and just being yourself, loving yourself, because I really had to find time to love myself through all those terrible, terrible gimmicks. I don't think Super Perera will ever be fully finished. I think I have a basis on who she is now, you know, with like I don't know if you've like seen it. I'm sure you guys have with the pizza power up. So like now I get powers from biting a slice of pizza and I'm like so far, and I get my, you know, like it's almost like a charger, like an energy boost, kind of like Mega Man or whatever. So I think it just, I don't know, everyone knows that I'm one of the most immature people you'll ever meet. So if I find something, I'm like, oh, Super Perera might enjoy doing that. So I'll just throw it in there and see how it works. So I don't think my evolution is ever just done, because then it'll get boring. Yeah, besides Women Pro Wrestling Network, I want to say that there aren't any. Well, no, I take that back. I have one match, but that was literally my first match. So for my sake, I have that one uploaded online. But besides Women Pro Wrestling Network, I don't think there's any just Aja Perera matches. I think everything is completely super now, full pun intended. I've only been heel maybe once or twice in the US, if I recall correctly. It just does not work. That's just not who I am, you know. I like to come outside and high five and share pizza. I can't do that and be like, shut up. So it's just that's just not me. The first time I was heel, which was a huge honor, I was not even a year and I got to face Amber O'Neal. So at that point I was just like, you know, I'll do whatever, I'll take whatever. I just want to get this match. But even then it just didn't feel right. I just prefer not to. The only time I am heel is when I usually travel out of the country, because, you know, Americans got to be the bad guy everywhere. So I'm heel out of the country, but that's always fun because, you know, like you can yell at someone in Spanish or, you know, say a Canadian stereotype, and that just lets steam off of my back that I don't have to, you know, do in the States. But predominantly in the US, since this is where I wrestle regularly, me personally, I prefer to be face, because my whole goal and mission, you know, is to just let everyone know you're good being yourself. So why would I portray myself as anything else if I'm trying to tell you guys to be who you are? Well, everyone knows that Freddie High is my significant other. We met when I first started training. Actually, he's gonna be embarrassed by this, by the way, so I hope you enjoy this, Fred. We met when I first started training. Funny story of that, I love to put this out there and embarrass him for the world. When we met, he actually hurt me because we were in training and we were running the ropes. And if you know Fred personally, you know that Fred can't just, you know, be a gentleman and take your time. I'm new, I can't run the ropes that fast, so we were doing drop downs. I think I got blown up, went for the drop down. He's still going 50,000 miles an hour, stepped straight on my ribs. I'm having like a panic attack, I'm freaking out. And then that's kind of how we started talking. It would be awesome to, you know, be that first generation to kind of kick off that family. And, you know, if and when me and Fred get married, that's going to be an insane wrestling baby, all right? Like, gimmick's going to be over 9,000, wrestling ability's going to be over 9,000. Let's hope it's not crazy like Tragedy. Let's just say that one. But how cool would it be for a baby to be like, you know, my mom is Super Perera, my dad is Freddie High, and my sister's Tragedy Ann, and then even her fiance is a wrestler, and his sister's a wrestler. So it's like quadruple full wrestling family. So I'm hoping I can start, you know, a legacy of like the mini Pereiras. Or Yay Highs.
Does Dementia get an honorable mention?
You know,
She's close to the family.
she is. She might as well be another psychotic sister. So I guess their aunt would also be a wrestler. If we gotta mention Strange and Deranged Dementia DeRose in this. My biggest rival would have to be Dementia DeRose. This is what, 3 years and we're still having matches against each other? The coolest thing about that though, you know, she is psycho. I'm not going to take that from her. But she was one of the few people, well, no, the only person when I first started who actually gave me a chance as me. You know, she was one of the ones who actually took me under her wing and took me around and like helped me meet people, and not under the moniker of, oh, I got this girl that I can just, you know, beat down real quick and get a match and then go out the door. Like, she actually took the time to work with me and help me. Like, she has a part in who I am today. So, I mean, as much as I cannot stand her in the ring, she is one of the people that I'll always have love for and respect for. Like, forever. You wouldn't know it from our matches because she beats the crap out of me every time. But, it's one of those where it's like, I love you, but I really need to punch you in the face right now type of deals. I think I draw the crazies because, Super Perera is here to save the world. So, of course, I would fight villains. So I wouldn't have a normal opponent. It's going to be someone who's not really, who's a little touched in the head. So if I have to fight, a fallen angel or a demented ragdoll or just a psychopath, I would be the one for the job. So I understand why I get put against these opponents because I have to rid the world of all this evil. In the US, I'm still waiting on that moment where I can just break out. My goals in the US, and I'm trying to work towards those, of course, is Shimmer, Shine, and WSU, the 3 biggest women's promotions in the US. I would love to get over to California for big time wrestling. I saw Dimension Rose make her debut over there. It looked amazing just to face different women. Of course, everyone knows how I feel about Japanese culture. I really want to wrestle in Japan one day for All Japan, or what's the other one? It's All Japan, Diana, Stardom. Oh, I would love to do Stardom. I actually sent in my application to Stardom, so fingers crossed. I actually do get to return to Mexico, but it would be cool to wrestle for CMLL at some point. It would be cool to always return to Canada because I have I don't know. Poutine was so delicious for anything else. I love French fries. So I would like to go back just to get that. But I'm really trying to take myself and also, my bookings to the next level. Super Perera is not just comical. I am a serious person, okay? I just like to have fun. And if you see my matches, I usually do start off comical, but it reaches a certain point where, I have to get serious because I still want to win. So it's not just, okay, I say I am a living joke because I am, but it's still within reason and it's still a goal. I don't just run into a match and be like, oh my God, and just expect to win. But, like with Dementia, we've had plenty of matches where I run in there straight up guns blazing, like ready to go. But I wouldn't call it comical. I would just call it being super more so than anything. But that's a piece of me. I can't take that off. It's who I am. One of my best matches would be recently actually I got the date, September 22nd. I faced Dimension Rose for the 70th time. But this time, we've both been training at the WWE4. We've really been putting in our time. That girl's been putting in her time. Just shout out to her. She trains every single day of the week. I just have to give her credit where it's due. But me and her put on one of our best matches to date. Recently, I had a tag match with AR Fox, so that was insane, and it was amazing just to be in there with someone who has so much knowledge and ability in this business. Let me think. I had a match in Florida with Tragedy Ann, and that was right when it started to turn for me from just, Southern indie wrestling to superhero strong style. So I had a really good match with Tragedy Ann in Florida. That's about all I can think of right now off the top of my head. My short-term goals at the moment, I returned to Mexico in November, so I'm hoping to get some type of gold, while I'm down there. That would just be nice padding to be like, oh, international belt holder. I would also maybe appear on a Shimmer or a Shine or WSU. I'm just throwing those hints out there for people if they are interested in doing that. I want to go to Japan so bad, and I want to go to England so bad. And, I would like to be a regular at Shimmer, Shine, or WSU by next year. Just keep on throwing that out there. But that's pretty much short-term goals. Long-term goals go way deeper. A lot of people, I try to post my story. Like, no, I wasn't just poor. No, I wasn't, anything traumatic happened to me. But we all go through our different things. Super Perera was not always here. I have my dark time. I have my dark moments. So I would like to, as well as wrestle, turn this into something bigger. I want to do the motivational speaking. I want to give back. I want to help girls and boys, grown men and women. It's okay to go through dark times. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to be depressed, but it's what you do with it that really counts. And I don't think, I understand that wrestling does have people that speak and stuff, but I want to touch people on different levels because wrestling literally saved me, and a lot of people don't know that. So I want to, give that gift of wrestling, and maybe it can save someone else, or maybe it can help someone else. So my ultimate goal is honestly just doing more with this and using this platform to, make something positive out of it. And of course, WWE is always a goal. Until WWE, though, I would like to travel as much as possible. I want to be a full world traveler. I want to go to Australia, Europe, Asia. I want to go everywhere because I'm blessed enough to be in a career that will allow me to do that, because wrestling is such a international language and culture. Like it's open everywhere. So I like to take that and just run with it. Dream opponents, Manami Toyota. She's not even like old, but in wrestling terms, to be older and still wrestle like that, like I gotta get in on that. I've been watching her for years, and like a lot of her stuff I've incorporated into my own moveset. I'd love to face her. Sarah Del Rey is a trainer now, but look, if you ever decide you want to stop training for a little while and come back into wrestling, I'd love to have that match. I'd love to face LuFisto, Kimberly, Heidi Lovelace, the list. I really want that clash of that strong style. LuFisto just breaks necks and moves on like it's nothing, I love that, just the strong, powerful women facing, the ditzy superhero. I think that would be just such a great story. Promoters, bookers, fans alike, if you want to follow me, I have a Twitter that is at Aja Perera, which is a lot of fun because it's full of pizza and stuff. I have Instagram that is also Aja Perera, and then I have Facebook, which I have a like page, which is Aja Super Perera, and then I have my regular Facebook, if it's not full already. I have people on that too, which is just Aja Perera. Closing comments would just be, thank you, because I had a few people actually request, doing this thing. Thank you, Brian Green, for doing this with me, and just thank you guys for supporting my dream and being here for me through this crazy time. Thank you guys who do love my jokes, because I've had some people, like when I've been down, they'll actually send me a joke. Like, it's bigger than what most of the haters say, so like I deep down, like, you guys make me who I am, and without you guys there would be no Super. So I love all of you, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing year, and eat the biggest slice of pizza you can find.
To promoters that may be booking that match now, I think I talked to her about this at one point. Y'all have had a series of matches over the course of the last 3 years, like as you said. But I told her what I felt was missing in that is that the matches haven't elevated yet, in my opinion. Do you have any suggestions to promoters that are going to take this match, because it's going to happen? In terms of, okay, look, we've had these regular matches. How about you put us in X? Is there any suggestion that you have?
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do this promo style. You ready?
Okay.
Do this promo style. Promoters, bookers, Dementia DeRose and Aja Perera have had an epic battle for over 3 years. Okay, our wrestling ability has progressed as the time went on, together and apart. These matches would be epic. Here's what I'm thinking. Just follow me. I'm thinking a cage match. Yeah. I'm thinking a no DQ match. I'm thinking a pizza on a pole match. I don't know if she'll enjoy that, but I know I would. And I would have to win because, pizza's my thing. But, I'm thinking something like that. I mean, we can even go to the level of, like, First Blood. We got to win pizza somewhere in that. I'm backtracking. We got to have pizza somewhere in that. But, really, book this. It would be worth the time, worth the effort, and it's going to draw. I mean, everyone knows it's Aisha Perera. It's Dementia DeRose, the queen of Psycho and the Booty, and then you got Super Perera, the queen of awesomeness and pizza. How can that not flow right together?